Hey guys, good evening. Thank you for your patience. We'll start shortly in under 5 minutes once the other participants enter as well. Hi everyone, good evening. So let's start this workshop. So I'll start off very quickly by introducing Priyank Ahuja to all of you. So Priyank is associated at Accenture as a product manager and consultant for the past 3 years. He has successfully executed 38 diverse projects as a management consultant, program manager, product manager, pre-sales consultant, marketing strategist, and operations manager. So you can see that he's very well experienced in this field, and he has a lot of tips and tricks up his sleeve when it comes to product management. Overall, he has over 13 years of work experience with a special focus on the field of IT, telecom, retail, and e-commerce. He has previously worked for Nokia, ZTE, Vodafone, and TCS, and he graduated with a BTech from JIIT Noida and an MBA from ISB Hyderabad with a major in strategy and leadership and specialization. The floor is yours, Priyank. Please go ahead.
Shall we start now? Shreyas Guru?
Yes, we can start. Please go ahead.
Okay, great. So hope you are able to see the screen.
Everybody, please ping in the chat if you can see the screen. I can.
Okay, great.
Yes,
Perfect.
Priyank, you're visible. You can go
Okay,
ahead.
great. Okay, great. So very good evening, everyone. So hope you have spent a lovely time on this evening and you did well in your exams going on. So thank you so much for organizing this session. And today we will be cover about the basic agenda on the product management, especially on the IT front, and how you can use the Agile and the Scrum part. Okay. So let me go through the agenda first, what we are going to cover today. So we will touch base the basics of about what is product management, how the product management is important for your role as a major, you can say options for you. And then we will discuss about the product lifecycle journey. Under product lifecycle journey, what are the different type of the users, your customers, your roles, and how it is compared with the product manager and other strategic front. Then we'll discuss about the day in the life of a product manager, what is the career path if you start your journey here. And then we will discuss about the IT product management along with the basics of the Agile and the Scrum. And lastly, we will touch base about the product management cases, how to solve the cases. We will take up the one of the case and what will be the approach to solve the particular case. And finally, the resources, how you can use and prepare for your product management interview. So that will be the session agenda for today. So come on, now the basic understanding, what is the product? $1 million question. When you are going to appear for this product management interview, definitely they will ask a very simple question. What is a product? You can say product is all around us. It's everywhere. So you can see there are multiple things around us. You can see multiple apps also there. Softwares are also there. They are also called as a product. But what is actually a product? Product is composed of three separate things. First is it can be your devices. Second, it can be your features. Or third, it can be your customer experience. So any of these three broader definitions cover under the definition of a product. So when you are handling a particular product, you have to use either the devices or either you have to use the features as well as you have to focus on improving the experience of a particular customers. Now, let's take a basic example. Suppose you have a handset and under the handset, you have a app which is called as Instagram. So Instagram is basically, you can say a feature. Instagram is basically a feature. sorry, product, but under the different, you can say, features, like feeding is also there, chatting is also there, or uploading the photographs or stories, that will be your features. But if you see from the perspective of a company, Facebook, who has acquired the Instagram, under the Instagram, you have multiple products. Why? Because it is so much complex, and a lot of people are working here for developing of multiple subsystem, which is called as their product. So they have daily feed is having a different product. You have, you can say, messaging is having a different product, or you can say the stories, it is having a different product. So for them, it is a product, but for you, it is a feature. So product is composed of the features, devices, as well as the customer experience. Now coming to the product management. So what is all covered under the product management? Product management is basically a very vast role. It's a very, very bigger and broader role. So what is covered under the product management? It is having three different verticals. One is your strategic, when you are taking care of the decisions for the business development. Second is your engineering, when you are taking care of the technical part. And third is your marketing, when you are taking care of selling the product with the right pricing, with the right communicate message in the market. So you can say it is a very broader perspective. So if you take the three axes, one is a strategic decision, that is on the core business development part. Second is engineering, and third is the marketing and the sales. Under that, you have multiple roles. You have a product marketeer, which is also a part of the product management. You have a product manager, which is taking care of the business core strategic decision, that is also coming under product management. You have a technical person who is taking care of the engineering side, that is a technical PM, that is also considered under the product management. And you also have a operation person, or you can say sales person, who is also taking care of the product management. So there are multiple roles applicable inside the product management. But who is the product manager? This is the person who is the product manager, who has to interface with the technical team as well as the business development team to take the decision, and also define the value with respect to the marketing of that particular product. So in a broader sense, if you can say, this is the ideal definition of a product management. If you see, if you combine these three edges, one is the strategy, second is the technical, and third is the marketing. This complete junction is basically of a product management. But if you are working in a startup, then one person is completely responsible for each and every vertical. But if you are working for a big MNC like Accenture or Amazon, or you can say Facebook or Google, or you can say Apple and other companies, then there will be three separate people. One is the product strategic management manager, second is the technical product manager, and third is the product marketer. Because of the so much complexities, the scale at which they are building the products, that's why they are handled by three separate people. But even in a startup or a small scale enterprises, you have a single person which is taking care of the multiple domain. So this interface between the strategy and the technical, this will be managed by your product manager. This person who is taking care of the marketing, but also liaising with the technical part, that is also called as technical product manager, technical product marketer. And last one is your sales and business development person, which is lying on this particular edge. So this is how you have multiple roles coming under the product management. Now this product management covers about multiple phases of the product lifecycle. Product lifecycle stands for the basic journey of a particular product. Just like we all human beings are having certain age. We born on some day and we die on another day. In between of this duration, you have a total lifespan of a particular individual. Just like life expectancy is around 70 to 80 years. Similarly, product is also having their life cycle journey. So they start their journey during the introduction phase when the product has been built up. Then they pick up the growth when the sales volume are getting increasing. Then they achieve the maturity stage, where thereafter a certain other peak will not be achieved into the market, or you can say saturation stage, and thereafter the product get declining. Wherever there is no further, you can say peak will observe, but you will continuously take decisions to stop the production of the product. Now, if you compare with the marketing implications, you have a very low amount of sales here because cost is very high. When you are building a new product, definitely you have to pay more in your product generation. But as the volume of the, you can say, product is increasing, then manufacturing cost also reduces simultaneously because supply of the product is increased and it will reduce the effective cost per piece. And thereafter, in this maturity stage, the competition is very, very high because a lot of competitors are also running in parallel to this product journey, and customers are limited in the market. If in the market you have a limited customers, one option is provided by you and one is provided by your competitor, then definitely if your competitor is providing certain unique features, something add-on, something differentiating, then they will detract and join your competitor club. That's why competition is very, very high. And marketing people are basically taking a strong decisions how you can saturate this market, how you can retain the existing customers, and how you can provide complementary features to the existing product. And thereafter, in the decline phase, you need to focus on how you can maximize the revenue with the help of this particular duration period. And then you have to take the strategic decision how you can stop this product churn. Now, in you can say relation to this product lifecycle journey, you have a technology adoption cycle also. Now, what is this technology adoption cycle? Hope you have might seen this diagram also in your earlier episode 1 and 2 with this product charcha session. There are 5 type of users are there in the market. One is called as innovators, which are, you can say, techies people. They are always taking a technical decisions, or they are high risk taking people who want to come first into the market. Second category of the customers are called as early adopters, who are the first people who are the first customers who are going to try your product, who are actually start consuming your product as quickly as possible once it is launched in the market. Just like you can say when the iPhone was launched in the market in the last you can say 5-year span, then there was a long queue observed into the outside the outlet of the you can say Apple and Apple manufacturers or retailers. These people are very crazy. They want to get the first iPhone in their handset. That's why these people are called as the early adopters. Coming to that, after some time, when most of the people started adopting this particular product, then the rest of the customer segment, which comprises about 34%, these people come under the tag of the early majority, would always take the feedback of these early adopters and little bit skepticism to try this particular product. But after getting the feedback of this early majority people, then the late majority customers will start utilizing this product. But till the time, the customers, you can say, trying this particular product got reduced. Why? Because till the time the product reached the maturity stage, when there is no further peak observed in the market. So they are forced to use this particular product because now customer tastes are changing. And these days, they are getting the very low price of the product. Just like whenever new handset launched to the market, you will always get the lower price of that handset with respect to the new model or other options available in the market. So these customers belongs to this late maturity. And the last is the laggards, which is comprising about 16% of the customers. These people are bound to use this particular product because earlier product support has been stopped into the market. They are very, very skeptic to use this product, but now they have no choice to use this product because previous options has been no longer available in the market. So these are the last customers who have to take this particular product. So as compared to the different categories of the customers, you have to apply different approaches. You have to focus on huge amount on this laggards person as well as in the late majority, and simultaneously on this particular people who are actually taking the risk for coming under the early adopters. So that's how the message changes, the communication changes, the marketing tactics changes, and the features which you are providing to the customers also changes. That's how, as a product manager, you need to focus on each and every category of the customers to provide the value, to provide the features at the optimum price, and communicate the right message at the right time. Now, who is the product manager? So product manager is handling 3 different interfaces. First is the customer experience team, who is actually taking care of how to generate value to the customers, whether the product which is created by you, it is usable and reliable to the end customers based upon the features you have created for the customers. Second, the product manager has to develop the product with the help of a certain technology because every product is compatible with certain technology. And as a product manager, he or she has to ensure that it should be feasible with a particular platform. It should be scalable to the large number of users, and it should be able to survive, that is sustainable for a longer period of time into the market. And lastly, it should provide business to the company. It should be marketable to the each and every segment of the customer. And lastly, it should be adopted by 5 different categories of the customer, which we have just seen in the previous slide. So you can say the product manager is a person who solves the real problems of a customer along with achieving the customer values, technical feasibility, and the business profitability outcome. That's how the product manager working in this tri-junction of this three different roles. Now there are a couple of roles also visible in the market. Hope you have heard about these names also, like product manager, product owner, program manager, and project manager. These project manager basically dealing with the project part only. Project is basically a temporary activity in which you are providing certain product or a service in a specific timeline. But you are basically focusing on the technical part or technical delivery part, you can say. And basically, we are using the waterfall approach here in this project, in the project part. Whereas product owner is a person who used to handle the technical delivery part, but on the agile perspective. If you are using agile methodology, then this person is called as product owner. So you can say both product owner and the project manager are handling the technical delivery part based upon the engineering team. Coming to this program manager, this person is basically dealing of collection of multiple projects or collection of multiple services, but with a certain specific agenda to provide the business in a financial year or couple of, you can say, quarters of the organization. Whereas product manager dealing with the complete product, responsible for devising the roadmap, providing the focus on the product market fit, whether this product is fit for the right segment of the customers, and you have to ensure that it should apply lean principles. Means it should not consume time on those processes which are not profitable. That's how these four people are different from each other. And if you compare about the roles and responsibilities, this person is having the majority of roles and responsibilities. And that's why product managers are earning more as compared to the product owner, program manager, and project manager, depending upon the criticality of their roles, depending upon the features they are handling, and depending upon the visibility in terms of the organization. Or indirectly, you can say product manager is the CEO of the organization. Now coming to the day in the life of a product manager. As a product manager, you have to spend a lot of time in day-to-day tasks. Like you have to attend the meetings with the team member, taking care of the strategic decisions, evaluating the dashboards, KPIs, how your previous features are working, and if you have launched a new feature into the market, how they are progressively well, and take the decisions, how you can meet the business outcome, and define the strategy and the roadmap for the further features you are creating into the market. You are responsible for prioritizing the backlogs, which features is most critical, which features least critical, based upon the prioritization technique like RICE and Moscow technique. And you have to entertain the customer feedback, which is given by multiple stakeholders, assign the requirements, and do the testing of those features which are having bugs and defects observed into the product line. So that's how the day of the product manager goes in a particular option. Coming to the roadmap. If you start your journey into this product manager role, then how the opportunities come in your way. Your first role, when you start your career in this product manager role, the first role is applicable is called as associate product manager. So as a fresher, you will be hired as a associate product manager if you don't have any kind of prior work experience. After spending 2 years of the time, then you will be promoted to as a product manager, then senior product manager, and then you become the director of product manager after 6 years in a particular organization, and thereafter VP, and then chief product officer, and lastly, chief executive officer. If you take the industry examples, there are so many great product managers who are actually right now the CEO of the organization. Just like Satya Nadella, he was the previously 5 years back, he was the product manager of the Microsoft. So how these people grow here? It depends upon the organization to organization. If you are starting your journey with a big MNC like Google, then these 7-layer hierarchy will be applicable. But if you start your journey with a startup, you will be directly hired here. Then it will be, you will directly jump into the director of product management, then directly to the chief product officer. So you have a total 4-layer of hierarchy in that. But in a big MNC, you have a 7-layer of hierarchy applicable. Now, that was the brief overview about product management, and the roles in the product management. Now we are going to discuss about the IT product management. As most of you are belongs to the IT domain here, and in the IT companies, you have to apply the agile frameworks, or you can say like Scrum and Kanban. These multiple frameworks are you have to use into the technical delivery part. But in order to understand those framework, first you should have a clarity about what is agile and why agile is important into the market. There are also a couple of jargons you have to you came to know about this waterfall also. So let's have an understanding about what is this waterfall and what is this agile in a layman terms, because this is the first thing which is being asked in every interview. If you are belongs to the IT domain, or if you have any prior work experience in IT and you are going to start your career journey into the IT product management. So let's discuss basically about this waterfall and agile. In layman terms, I can say discuss about the process flow. Suppose you are building a product. It's suppose any application or any software. In IT company, if you are building any software or any application, you have to build up with the help of SDLC. This SDLC stands for Software Development Lifecycle. This is called a software development lifecycle. This is having multiple phases like plan, analyze, design, build, test, deploy, and maintenance. So 7 phases are there in the SDLC model. So suppose if you are building the product with the SDLC model, suppose client has given you 3 months of deadline. So you start with T is equal to 0, 0% delivery, and you end up at the end of 3 months with the 100%. So you deliver 100% at the end of 3 months only. Okay. But this duration is not fixed. 3 months is not 3 months. You can extend by 1 week also. You can extend by 2 weeks also. But this is not fixed in waterfall. But client has to wait till the end of 3 months to get 100% of the product at the end of the delivery only. Means in waterfall, you can say your incremental delivery is not allowed. You cannot sell early to the market. You have to sell 100% of the product at the last stage only. This is the approach given by the waterfall. But it is having so many limitations. When it was emerged in 1980s, it was giving so many limitations because incremental delivery is not possible. Once the product is launched, the technical team will left away. There is no one to work on the customer feedback. There is no one to increase the new requirement, add on the new requirement, or modify the existing requirement. Even quality of the product, which is prepared by waterfall, is also low. And most important is team members are not happy while working in waterfall. They either leave the project, they either leave the company before the deadline itself. That's why clients had started, you can say, new methodology into the market, which overcome all the limitations of the waterfall. So let's understand about how Agile has overcome all the limitations of the waterfall. Agile says that I will not prepare this software application or app with this particular approach. If I have total 3 months for producing this 100%, why can't I prepare the product appropriate of this particular timeline? Like this. Means 33% I am building every month. 33% features I am building every month. But each and every increment I am building with the help of SDLC. Because this is my fundamental principle. I cannot violate the principles of the IT industry. So it means you can say you start with T is equal to 0, that is time, with 0%, complete 33% of the features at the time is equal to 1. That is a 1 month. Similarly, once it is prepared, you start building the second one and prepare the second one at the end of with the help of 66% total delivery. The moment it is delivered, you start building the third one and then prepare the remaining 34% at the end of third one. So total will become 100%. So now you can see, compare this. Earlier you are building complete one load, but now you are preparing independent features, but in a sequential manner, one by one. But whatever the increment you are preparing, it is working functionality directly push into the market and customers can start consuming these features immediately. But the beauty of Agile is the timeline is fixed. The timeline is fixed. In any case, this timeline is not at all extendable. 1 month means 1 month. No further single week extension will be allowed. Now you can see what kind of benefits you are getting in Agile. Now you are getting incremental delivery. After every 1 month, you have something to sell into the market. And these days, IT industry is very, very competitive. There are total 275 competitors are there in the market. If you include all the startups, mid-scale, small scale, and large scale enterprises. And if you don't sell early, then you will lose the market share and you will lose the business. And also you will lose the customers also, because customers never wait to get the product after a longer period of time. They want early delivery. If you want to retain the customers, you have to sell up early. Now, Agile is also providing you shortest timeline also, like 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, or 4 week. Every Friday, you are providing some new features into the market. That is possible with respect to the Agile only. Even the moment you deliver the first feature into the market, immediately you will get the customer feedback and incorporate before building the second one. Because technical team has to prepare the remaining 2 increments also. You have to build the remaining increments also. Similarly, once the second increment is built up, you will get immediate feedback and incorporate before building the third one. Not only this customer feedback, you will also add on new requirement also, like this. The moment you deliver this first increment, immediately you will get new requirement from the stakeholders and add before building the second one. Means new requirements you are allowed to add into the next iteration only, but not in the same iteration, because timeline is short. It creates complexity to add or incorporate new features. Similarly, the moment you deliver this, it will be incorporated the new requirement before building the third one. So new requirements and customer feedback are also incorporated. That is another major benefit in the Agile. And now coming to the quality. Here you are doing just one round of testing, because testing comes in the second last phase here of the SDLC. But here you are doing multiple rounds of testing. How? One round for each increment. That is very simple. But there are other 2 rounds as well. How? See this, the technical delivery percentage is 66% with the second one. Means the moment your second increment is ready, you cannot push it alone. You have to first integrate with the previous 33% live features to make it 66% and then do 4th round of testing. Logically speaking, your previous live feature should be working, newly created feature should be working. If you upon integration with the new customer feedback and new requirements, everything should be working together. Or you can say extra sanity check you have to ensure, and then put a release into the market or launch new features into the market. Similarly, once this last increment is prepared, you have to integrate with the previous 66% to make it total 100% and then do final round of testing. So if you do multiple round of testing, then what will happen? You have more clarity about the observations and you can resolve bugs and defects on time. And if there is no bugs and defects or issues, then quality of the product will be very, very high. And automatically client will be satisfied. And definitely they will do more and more business with the same client. That's how the quality has been improved. And most important is the team structure also. Team morality is also very high, because here in this waterfall, you are applying directive approach. Project managers are there who has to take the ownership of this complete product. They are the people who has to assign the roles and responsibilities to the team member. But here, the team is self-organized. Every person is having freedom to take the decision on their own, and they manage their own work. They are not getting any kind of instructions. They are not getting any kind of guidelines from anyone. And that's how you are giving the empowerment to the team to take the decisions and deliver the product on time. So team morality also improve in case of the Agile. So that's how Agile gives you maximum benefits in the case of the IT industry. In case of the Agile, there are multiple frameworks are there. Scrum, Design Thinking, Kanban, DSDM, FDD, TDD, Lean, and XP are also there. But out of these multiple frameworks, Scrum is the most popular framework into the market. Now, why Scrum is most important popular framework? That we will discuss now in the next couple of slides. So first, we need to understand what is a Scrum. Scrum is a very simple framework which is used by multiple companies. In the software, it is widely used by Microsoft, Oracle, Salesforce, even in the banking companies, especially the fintech organizations, even the service providers like Google, which is you can say biggest search engine company, the Yahoo, BBC, even in the product-based company like Siemens and Nokia and Sapris and Symantec and Amazon. Every company, if they are preparing the IT software, they are working in the Scrum. That's why Scrum is very, very popular. And this Scrum is having 3 pillars: transparency, inspection, and adaptation, and build high effective organizing team. Now in the Scrum, there are multiple artifacts are there. You have a theme, then epic, then user story, and then task. Now how you can correlate and how you can distribute the work with respect to these four core features. Basically, you can say this is the requirement hierarchy in order to work in a Scrum. So this is a theme. Theme means you can say high level requirement given by the product manager, and you have to create a particular feature which is called as the wish list. Just like you have seen the Amazon or in the Flipkart, there is a wish list also there. The moment you search a particular product, but you don't want to buy it, but you want to save anywhere in this wish list, that is a folder. That is called a wish list. So suppose you are preparing a wish list feature for a particular, you can say product. And in order to prepare this particular product, you have to segment in a epic. Epic is a targeted release when you are going to launch into the market. So what will be the release here? As a customer, you can create a wish list so that you can come back to buy the product later on into the future. This will be your targeted release. That is your epic. Now, under epic, you have to create multiple user stories. User stories are the user requirements which you have to understand what end customer can do. The end customer can try two things. First, whether they can save the item into the wish list, or second, once the item has been saved, then they can view those items into the wish list. So anything the customer can do, that is your user story. Or indirectly, you can say, putting yourself into the shoes of a customer and try to visualize what value they are going to generate by utilizing a particular feature. What is the feature name? That is a wish list. And based upon the user story, you are dividing into the multiple tasks. And these tasks will be taken care by the technical team. And how the technical team will take care? Developer or tester has to work and create different categories of the task. That's how they have to work together to create a task. So you can say high level requirements are divided and deep dive into the low level requirements, and teams started working on the task, and they will, if they're working together, they will complete the wish list. And that's how your feature will be launched into the market. That's how you have to deep dive into the Scrum framework. But how to execute the Scrum? This is a high level diagram. I would like to spend minimum 5 minutes on this. So in the Scrum, there are three parties are involved. One is the product owner. Second one is the team. That is the team of the developers. And third is your Scrum Master. Hope you are heard these names also, if you have prior work experience in the IT industries. Now, before you can say have your starting your B school journey with the institute. So client will give you the requirements to the product owner. This product owner is from the client side. And this is a single point of contact from the client side who is getting the requirement from multiple stakeholders, business teams, customers, and the end users, who is taking care of the technical delivery with respect to the agile part. So once the person is getting the requirements, this product owner write these user stories and prioritize it and save into a backlog or a repository, which is called as product backlog. Or you can say it is a master set of the requirements, which is being prioritized by the product owner. And thereafter, this product backlog is offered to the team, which is having development team and the Scrum Master. But before offering to the development team and the Scrum Master, product owner divides this product backlog into multiple iterations, just like we see in the diagram when I was shown you about the 3 increments. So how many increments will be there and what will be the duration of each increment? That will be decided by the product owner. So you can say each iteration is having deadline, which is called as the sprint. Minimum deadline is 1 week, maximum is your 4 weeks. So that will be decided by the product owner. Once entire product backlog has been prioritized as per the number of sprint and what will be the sprint duration, thereafter the team and the Scrum Master will start directly working together, and then the actual sprint will start. That is the duration of the 1 week to 4 week sprint will be start. And when the sprint start, they have to conduct multiple ceremonies. Now this is a jargon for you. What is ceremonies? Ceremonies are basically special categories of the meetings which starts as a specific time, and as a specific time, and which is having a fixed duration. And every time the mandatory participants are going to attend this meeting. In our professional workplace, we conduct so many meetings. In fact, 90% of our time is spent on the meeting. But Scrum says that each and every meeting should be time boxed. Once the meeting is time boxed, it is called as the ceremony. And these are the multiple ceremonies. We start with the planning. In this, 3 mandatory participants should be there: product owner, Scrum Master, development team. If the sprint duration is 1 week, this duration is applicable. If this is having 4 week duration of sprint, then this duration will be applicable. So in the planning, they will decide the roadmap, the estimation, and how to proceed to work inside the Scrum part. Once the planning is over, next day onward, the daily status discussion will be conducted with the help of the development team only, who used to take care of, you can say, organizing their own work, how they can conduct the today's work, what are the challenges they are facing, and then they will discuss with the either product owner or Scrum Master for the resolution, which is happening just 15 minutes every day. And slowly they will start updating their status, and last day the review will come up with the stakeholders and they will showcase what the features they have prepared. And after this, the next ceremony will be conducted, which is called as retrospective, which is a feedback discussion. What went well in the current sprint, what went wrong, what are the improvement actions you are going to take, and how you can work differently next time. This will be discussed in the retrospective. And lastly, before this wind up of the sprint, they have to conduct grooming. Grooming means, let me go back to the previous slide. Whenever new requirements come into the feature, you have to add up whatever it is completed, you have to remove, and then you have to do the reprioritization. Because during the execution span, whenever new requirement is coming up, you need to assign new business directions. That's how reprioritization is important, and that's why the backlog grooming is conducted. So one by one, each and every sprint, these ceremonies are conducted, and depending upon the total number of the user stories are there in this product backlog, the number of sprints will be executed. And thereafter, their matrices, their meetings will be conducted every day. And every sprint will give you the finished product. That is called as potentially shippable product increment, which is ready to be launched into the market. That's how you are working inside the Scrum framework. And coming to this process flow, these are the user stories which are there in the product backlog. So technical team or developers or testers are basically dividing these user stories into multiple tasks, and then they are working on these particular tasks and resolve into the market. But what are the roles and responsibilities of these three parties? Let's have a discussion on that. So there is a one person which is called as product owner. This product owner communicates the vision, prioritizes each and every requirement, write their user story, participate in all the ceremonies, except daily Scrum, which is optional, and approve the user story as it done, because this person is from the client side, and you have the authority to give the approval and provide go ahead before launch any feature into the market. Coming to the roles and responsibilities of the Scrum Master, this person is very critical. This person is not doing anything, but this person has to ensure everything. Means this person plays the 7 different roles inside the Scrum: teacher, trainer, mentor, counselor, consultant, facilitator, and the coach. And depending upon the requirement, they have to conduct multiple roles. This person works with the management to track the progress, protect the team from unusual problems, and facilitate the team whenever they are facing any challenge from the stakeholders. And this person is a servant leader, means serving the team by becoming a leader and ensure Scrum processes and Agile values and principles should be followed properly inside the Scrum part. That is you can say equally senior the person, but from the your side, and work directly with the product owner. Coming to the development team, these are the technical expert or technical SMEs. They do end-to-end coding, analysis, retrospective, attending all the ceremonies, and then take the architectural level decisions. Or these teams are also involved your UX designers, your content creators, as well as do the retrospective in parallel. So these are the roles and responsibilities of the team. Coming to the project manager, sometimes you will also see this person inside this Scrum, but this person is outside Scrum. This person is doing other tasks which is not inside the Scrum. Dealing with the stakeholders on the procurement, create the high-level plan, onboarding resources or remove the resources when the project is closed, carry discussion and performance evaluations, and lastly, governance structure. Governance structure means the rules, the protocols which you need to follow while working with the client, and if there is any problem happening inside the project, what will be the grievance mechanism, how you can address those on time. That's the roles which is handled by the project manager. So that was the high level overview about the Scrum part. Now coming to the apply in the PM role, how you can apply. For that, you need to write a strong application, and your first thing is your CV. So how your CV should be structured. First of all, you need to have a clarity when you are sitting for the placement for this PM role, then how your resume should be read. A typical recruiter can never spend more than 30 to 45 seconds on your CV. That's how your CV will be read. And if their keywords will be there, then definitely your CV will be shortlisted and you can proceed toward the second round. What will be the format? Only textual format, and whatever the format recommended by your place count team, that is the only format you have to use. And if you are going to apply for a, you can say outside role or through your own networking, just remove the logo of institute, then still it is a textual resume because it is a 100% ATS compliant. Length of the resume, obviously it should be 1 page. As per the industry market standard, if you have less than 10 years of work experience, it should be 1 page only. 10 to 20 years, it should be 2 page. Components of resume, multiple parameters are there, like education, position of responsibility, leadership initiatives, your educations, your internship experience, work experience, and extracurricular records. And lastly, contextualization means you have to tailor your resume with respect to the job you are going to apply for a particular organization. Every CV need to be tailored as per the JD. That is a job description. That is called as your contextualization. Now there are practical tips how you can make CV impressive. Either you can use star approach or either you can use CAR approach. Most of the recruiters are considering star approach, but few American recruiters are considering the CAR approach. So whatever the points you are using, you have to use either this approach. First of all, when you are writing your resume, make sure you should write in a bullet points. For each experience, you should write bullet point. Don't write anything in the paragraph. Each and every experience should not have more than 6 bullet points. I repeat, each and every experience of a company should not have more than 6 bullet points, and each bullet point should not have more than 2 sentences. So you can say in any way, you cannot consume more than 12 lines for any single experience in the company. And how you can write? The biggest achievement should come at the first bullet point. The second biggest achievement in terms of impact, in terms of revenue, should come at the second bullet point. Whether it is a company or whether it is an internship, you have to follow the same format only. Because recruiter will always try to read the first or 2 points only. They will never go to the second last or last point only. So make sure you should quantify in terms of the numbers or in the percentages to show your leadership potential. Because you are a B school student, so they will expect to hire a leader, not a clerk, not an engineer, not a manager. They are looking for the leader because product manager is a leadership role. And always use your power verbs or action verbs which create more impact. And what were the keywords you have to use? These are the typical keywords you have to mention in your profile. You have to tailor your profile to highlight these keywords like product strategy, product roadmap, go-to-market strategy, product designing. These kind of keywords should be there. If these keywords are not there, your ATS compliant software will never be able to shortlist your CV at all. And don't mention these filler words like you are a member, you are a club, or you are a TNP cell and all. Just like suppose you are the president of the consulting club, then don't mention that you are just member of the consulting club until and unless you mention that what roles and responsibilities and what accomplishments you have mentioned, like how many case competitions you have arranged, how many speaker sessions you have organized, what were the variety of the B school speakers, and you can say what was the engagement and outreach of the students, how much they were satisfied. You have to showcase each and everything in the same bullet point, then only it will highlight your leadership potential. And please don't get stressed out if you get it reviewed from so many people, but don't get it reviewed more than 5 people. I repeat, don't get it reviewed more than 5 people. Now, what are those 5 people maximum? One is your close friend, one can be your family member, one can be your alum of your institute, one can be your industry experienced person, and last, it can be your mentor. Don't get it reviewed by more than 5 people, otherwise you will confuse because every person perspective is different. And 1 page, it should be there. That's I already mentioned it. Now, what are the touch point? What recruiters want to understand? These touch points is from the recruiter perspective. What recruiters want to see? They want to see what is your analytical problem solving skills, what type of varieties of projects you have worked, and what is the variety of companies or brand companies you were associated with. That's how they will evaluate your analytical problem solving skills. And if you have worked in the brand companies during the internships or prior work experience, it will give you 5 to 10% of the added value. And you have to highlight your leadership potential with the help of your extracurricular activities or your club experience. And you have to show your career progression also. Suppose if you have prior work experience of 2 to 4 years before joining this B school, then you have to mention it properly. If suppose you promoted from data analyst to senior analyst, then it will show your vertical career progression. And the main thing is your USP, unique selling proposition. How your skills and competencies are different from rest 5% of the other candidates who are appearing for this particular role. Means some competencies which nobody can replace you. That you need to highlight. Just it can be your highest CAT score also. It can be your, you can say, academic score also, percentage also, CGPA also, or you are the president, or suppose you have been any kind of award in the case competition. That will become your USP. That you need to clearly bold it in your CV. If you have any prior work international experience, that would also add value. And no technical jargons if you are applying for any company which has not any connection with your work which you didn't accomplish in that domain. Suppose if you work in the IT company and you are applying for FMCG product manager role, then they don't understand the keyword of IT industry. So don't mention that. Otherwise, they will treat as a jargon. And don't overcrowd your resume. It should be clean and easy to read and tailor as per the job description. So these are the various touch points which recruiter understand, and they will evaluate in just 30 to 45 seconds only. So please be careful when you are applying for any company, and these touch points will decide your selection or rejection of the CV screen. Now coming to the second thing, after CV shortlisting, then obviously you have to solve the cases. Now in product management interviews, the recruiter can ask multiple cases. Broadly speaking, your interviews of product management role are having multiple type of cases are there. It can be product design case, it can be root cause analysis case, it can be product strategy case, or it can be market entry case, or go to market entry, you can say. Product design case means they will give you certain problem and how you can design the solution and how you can improve the experience of a particular customer. These type of cases are called as product design case. Root cause analysis case means some problem you are facing in the product, how you can deep dive the problem and how you can provide the recommendations and solutions to the client. Product strategy means if you are already providing some product into the market and customers are very happy, you want to create customized product for a particular customer segment. What will be your strategy? Suppose White Heart Junior is the company and they are providing the coding, you can say tutoring to the small student, or you can say kids. If suppose they want to provide, you can say new strategy for the new product, suppose for you can say senior people or you can say working professional, what will be the strategy, what kind of product they are going to launch and what will be their USP, then you have to provide their product strategy case. And lastly is the market entry case, how you can enter into the market of other segment or other geographical region. These type of cases generally asked in the product management interview. So let's discuss the very simple case. I will discuss about the first part, that is the product design case. Suppose the case is, how would you improve the shopping experience of a supermarket? This is the very, very simple case I am taking care of right now today. This is asked in most of the product management interviews, especially in the IT companies also, because this is the best question they can ask, or something they can change related to the different thing like app or software, or you can say any vehicle, anything they can take it. Now, if the recruiter is going to give you this particular question, how you can solve it? What will be the recruiter mindset? What recruiter wants to see? Now, there are a couple of things first you need to understand before started jumping into solving the cases. Recruiters want to check your certain skills. What are the skills the recruiter will check? First of all, the way you are communicating the right answers to the recruiter. Second, what will be your structured approach? How you can solve the, you can say, case in a step-by-step approach. Third, how you can understand the pain point of the customer. Fourth, how you can articulate your things effectively in a proper time. And next, how you can come up with the design and how you can provide the recommendation. These are the skills will be checked during the interview. Second thing is, if suppose they provide any statement, but they don't provide any data, you have to ask questions and get the data. You have to ask the questions and get the data. But there is a technique you need to follow. In any case, you don't have to ask so many questions. And especially, you have to avoid asking silly questions. Now, how you can ask the question? First of all, you have to take the time for a couple of minutes and understand the framework of this particular problem. So first of all, take 2 minutes time from the recruiter and try to come up with your framework, how you can solve this particular case. Make some framework and then ask the questions. And our questions should be reasonable and realistic. And don't ask more than 3 questions at the time. If you ask so many questions or completely bombarding the questions one by one, then recruiter feel that you have a lack of confidence, and that's why you don't know how to approach it. That's why you keep on asking irrelevant questions. Always ask realistic and reasonable questions, but valid questions. And one by one you need to ask, but try to restrict yourself not to ask more than 3 questions. And try to get clarity from the interviewer also. Recruiter want to see how you can deep dive. That's how you need to ask the right questions. And communicate effectively by during they are providing the data, and always get the confirmation again and again. Always get the confirmation again and again that this is my assumption. Am I correct? Please correct me if I am wrong. You have to rephrase the statement again and again. If they confirm as yes, then only proceed further. Otherwise, you will end up into the different approach, which is not at all accepted from this particular case. And always ask the first question is, who will be my target segment? For which customer I am going to solve it? If you don't know who is the customer, then you never solve any kind of a case. So these are the touch points you need to have into your mind and then solve any kind of a product management case. Now, this is the case of the product design case. Now, suppose this statement has been given, you need to analyze who will be the customer. It can be ordinary customers also, and it can, you can say it can be you also. So how you can solve this case? First of all, in such kind of cases, you need to evaluate the, you can say, customer journey. Customer journey. Suppose if you are going in a supermarket, how your journey start and how your journey end. Like suppose I am the customer and I have to start my journey. Then how I can start? First of all, I will prepare my own list. As a customer, I have to prepare my own list, what I'm going to buy. First, I prepare my wish list, and then I will start my journey into the vehicle. On the road, I can face different experience also. Suppose I caught up by the traffic police person also, or suppose I have faced a huge traffic, you can say congestion on the road, or suppose I don't get the parking inside the supermarket. I have to plot each and every sequence of the experience which is happening with me when I am traveling to the supermarket or grocery store. And thereafter, I have to evaluate the user segment also. Which customer I am going to evaluate, whether it is a senior customer or junior customer, or you can say salaried person or housewife or young adult, and the supermarket staff. Who is facing the problem? Who is the center person who is getting the pain? And so I have to analyze the supermarket staff also. So these are my user segment. Second is my customer journey. Based upon these two data, you have to ask the question to the, you can say, recruiter. Now tell me, this is my framework. Now on which particular customer segment and on which particular customer I have to work. Suppose recruiter says that you have to work on the improving the customer experience of the homemaker. Suppose housewife, they want to improve the customer experience of housewife. Second, now if you are entering into the supermarket, you have to face so many challenges. Like when you enter into inside the hall, you will have face difficulty navigating the, you can say, products, where it is located. And suppose you find it the product after so much time, then you are not able to compare the prices of their competitor product. Then again, you will face the problem with that. And suppose recruiter says that you have to focus on these two pain points only on the customers. Then your approach is clear and visible. Your target customer is homemaker, that is your, you can say, housewife. And second, you have to improve the customer experience of finding the product which is situated at the right place, and how you can solve the ambiguity of a customer so that they can find out the right price and they can compare it before taking any decision. Now your picture is clear. Then again, take 2 minutes from the recruiter and then try to come up with your solution. Now solution can be multiple also, but whatever the solution you are providing, it should be in the prioritized order. Which solution should have to take first and which solution you have to take it later on. Suppose you are working on navigating problem inside the store. What solution you can provide? You can provide the signage options. You can provide the printed maps options, and so that they can easily locate whatever the product is situated in which row and which shelf, Or you can have a facility of the drone. If the supermarket is, you can say, having electronic gadgets, or you are using infographics, or you can have a dedicated staff to be available near every rock so that they can guide you and they can tell you where the product is located specifically. Or you have a audio talkie, you can say, option should be there, so that with the help of that ready-made solution, you can get the clear picture where it is located. So based upon this solution, you have to prioritize which is important, which is most important, and then you have to convey the answers. This is how you need to convey to the recruiter in a proper manner. And thereafter, you have to evaluate the matrices, how this will be solved, which will be the metric which will evaluate once you can say implement the recommendation, and how you can analyze the experience. Next time, if the customers are again facing the problem, that means your solution was not implemented properly. So you have to rework on that particular problem. So that's how you need to evaluate with respect to the matrices. That is the approach for solving this case. That is how to improve the shopping experience of a supermarket. Now I am sharing the solution for this particular case. This is the solution. So you have to come up with the right mindset, go in the step-by-step approach, and then solve the particular case. So analyze who is the customer segment, analyze the customer journey, then provide the solutions, and then prioritize the solution, and then evaluate based upon the matrices part. So this is the category of the case which is coming under the product design part. Means you are designing a product which can improve the experience of a customer. Customer can go anywhere. Customer can use any feature. Customer can use any devices, or customer can use multiple features also. So how you can improve the customer? You have to create a product. That's how you can solve the case. But most important is your structured approach, your way of communication, your clarity, your understanding of the pain area of the customer, and then provide the right mindset to approach at the solutions. That's how you need to solve a particular case. Let me show you another case, but I am not going to go into the detail. Let me take another scenario. That is your product strategy case. Suppose Disney is launching its streaming service into the market. How you can take it into the market? Streaming means OTT platform, just like Netflix is there in India. How you can do it? In this kind of cases, now you have to apply different strategy, because you have to market the product into the market, and then you have to come up with a desired solution. First of all, you need to evaluate the competitors. How many competitors are there in India who are providing such kind of streaming services? And if you are entering into the market, what advantage or what features you are going to provide, and who will be the target customers? Then segregate the 4 P's of the marketing. What product you are creating, what will be the target price, how you are going the promotions, and how you are placing the positioning of this particular product. And in order to solve this product, this will be the right strategy. That's how you have to solve the case in a strategic manner. Because this is a market strategy case, so your strategy should be clear. Because after all, as a product manager, you need to market to the right customers also. So 4 P's of the marketing should be evaluated. Then you have to take the strategic decisions. So that was the complete approach of solving the cases. Okay. Coming to the last part, how to get into the product management role. You can learn multiple things. There are a couple of courses are there, especially data analytics or basic overview of technology, like you can say blockchain, or you can say Agile or Scrum, that you have to have a fair understanding. And you should have, the most important is product mindset. If you don't have the product mindset, you don't understand from the customer pain areas, then it's the, you can say, worst area for you. So you have to learn a lot, then only you can deep dive and then get selected, and then apply your learning in your internship. If suppose you are in the first year, then definitely you have to figure it out, the summer internship into the role of a product manager. Then you can directly apply and focus on improving your resume, tailoring your resume, and participate in the corporates or meetups, or there is a Slack community is also there in the market. You can join up, and all the product management discussions are going on into the market. And coming to the resources part, what books or what blogs you can prepare, this is the complete list. So these are the best books applicable for preparation of the product manager role. So design of everyday things, inspired, lean startup, thinking design, core starter. cracking the pre-interview. This is the best book if you are preparing for cracking the PM role for the Google and the Amazon. And lastly, product management for the dummy. These are the best books applicable for product management preparation. Coming to the courses, there are multiple courses are there in the market. I suggest don't do any kind of certification. There are a couple of organizations who is giving the certification also, but that is not required. Rather, you have to invest your time in doing the courses which are available. Most of the time is free under the LinkedIn Premium as well as the Udemy or YouTube that you can go through. You can get a fair understanding how to apply for a product manager. Coming to the website and blogs, there are multiple blogs which every product manager is writing. You can refer any one of them and you can watch any videos which is mentioned in the Silicon Valley. And most important, you should focus on your soft skill as well, because communication is the most important area when you are applying for a product manager role. So that was the overall responses part, and that's all from my side. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and the stage is open for you.
Thank you, sir. It was wonderful session, and I'm sure everyone has learned something. I have few questions with me. I'll go through them one by one. So
Yeah.
first question is, are there any cases where waterfall is better suited than agile?
Yeah, there are a couple of cases are also there when you are building the software features and when you have to deliver in complete load, then waterfall is suitable. But they generally, these are not asked in any kind of, you can say, product management interview when you are sitting for the IT companies.
Thank you, sir. Another question is, how does a product manager decide how to break down SDLC into sprints? Factors for optimum duration and deliverables in sprints.
Okay, great. So they have to decide based upon the customers, based upon the market, based upon the features complexity, and based upon the timing required for each and every single feature. Means in a single release, what features can be launched into the market, that's how you can decide their iterations. If the feature is most critical for the business, which will give you 80% ROI, minimum 80% ROI, then you have to plan into the sprint. Otherwise, there is no need to prepare for the sprint.
To everyone, if you have asked a question and if you have a follow-up question, please feel free to speak up and continue the discussion. Otherwise, I'll move on to the next question. The next question is, how is Agile tackling the problem of developers leaving project after third stage?
What is the third stage? Release or something else? Which third stage you are asking about?
So, in one of the when you are describing the 3 stages of agile as and comparing it with waterfall, you told that the 33% of the work is done.
Okay. That is the iteration part. Okay, that is the iteration part. Okay, so in that case, the developer works will be still working, going on. Still, you have complete all the features into the market. Then only you can say till the time the developer has to work. Otherwise, they don't have to work. Yeah.
I have another question. What factors does extension of timelines due to product description changes during the development phase depend on?
Sorry, come again. Repeat your question once again, please.
So what factors does extension of timelines depend on because of product description changes during the development phase?
What fraction of timelines? This is I already explained, minimum 1 week to maximum 4 weeks is there.
Okay, thank you, sir. Another question.
Ravi, just 1 second. I'll elaborate on this question a little bit because we have received it. So Pawan Kumar has said that he has worked in an agile environment and he remembers having extension of timelines where the product descriptions were changed. So is this extension permissible under the principles of agile and Scrum, or does it depend on the organizational flexibility and other factors?
It is on the organizational flexibility and complexity and flexibility both.
Right, Ravi, continue. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Another question is, what are the burn-down charts shown in the execution cycle?
Okay, in the burn-down chart, you have the story points remaining with respect to number of days remaining. I repeat, number of story points remaining with respect to number of days remaining. Means how much work left with respect to number of days remaining. That what is carried, capture into the burn-down chart.
Okay, thank you, sir. Another question is asked, what is KPI used in Agile?
What is the KPI used in?
Agile.
Agile?
Yeah.
you are using the best KPI that is called as velocity. Means the rate at which the team is completing the work in a given sprint. That is called as velocity.
I have another question. Should we make user personas for each segment?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you have to understand the complete journey of the customer, the pain areas of the customer. That's why you have to create separate persona for a separate customer.
There is a follow-up question about this. How deep should we dive into the solution, or just listing is enough for this?
Until and unless you don't find the root cause of the problem and get it confirmed from the client or from the recruiter, till the time you have to deep dive into the problem.
Right, sir. And we have the final question. We received it just now. So someone has asked, how do you develop product-centric mindset? Like, what are the key factors to keep in mind?
There are actually a couple of factors should be considered in order to have such kind of mindset. First thing is you have to understand that if you are creating a particular product, then who is going to use this particular product, for whom you are building the product, and what features they are going to provide, which problem of the customer they are going to solve. And if you can say launch this particular product on the market, what will be the target price, whether it will be adopted by early adopter or early majority, late majority or laggards, or you can cater complete market share of the competitor. If you know these answers, then automatically you have the clarity about the product mindset. So you have to deep dive, not from the product perspective, but from the market and the end customer perspective. That's how you can develop this kind of a mindset. It's not very difficult, but it's not easy, but you have to invest a lot of time to carry out the 360-degree assessment, and then you can say take the decisions and then evaluate the performance of the product. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. If there are any more questions which you have not put in the chat and you want to ask Priyank, please go ahead. In that case, if there are no more questions, thanks a lot, Priyank, for taking this informative session. We have all learned a lot. And, it really shows that you have the relevant experience in the field, because you've given us some very targeted and pointed tips and tricks, which I'm sure all of us are going to use in upcoming placement processes. Sincere request to everyone here. Please do fill out the feedback form that I have put in the chat. It will help us develop better workshops for you in the future. I hope all of you had an informative session and you all had a good time. For any further doubts or questions, Priyank is active on LinkedIn. His LinkedIn name is Priyank Ahuja. Please feel free to reach out to him. And you can also message me on WhatsApp or on LinkedIn. My name is Shreyas Gaurav, and I'll help you out as much as possible. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming here, and hope you have a great week. Thank you, Priyank.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, and wish you a good luck for all your future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. We'll stop the meeting now.